Hey y'all, I decided to do a video today. Just got off work, I'm tired, the kids just left, but I said I was going to do a quick video. So what is autism? That's what I want to talk about today. So autism is a developmental disorder, and really I don't like calling it a disorder because to me that gives it a negative connotation. But for textbook purposes, we'll stick with disorder. So autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disorder that is caused by differences of the brain. And people with autism spectrum disorder have problems in two core areas: social communication skills and interactions, and restricted and repetitive interests and behaviors. Y'all like my reading glasses? Yes. Y'all do not judge me. I'm using my daycare equipment to relay this message. So my baby made the umbrella. So social communication interactions is one of the core areas that people with autism struggle with. Under that, they have a hard time forming friendships and relationships. They also have a hard time with reciprocal conversation. Autistic people struggle with two-way conversations. Now, we know that in a healthy conversation, that requires two people to engage in a back and forth dialogue where one person talks and the other person listens, and vice versa. Autistic people struggle in this area. They also struggle with saying the right thing at the appropriate time. So an example of that is they may come off as being blunt or insensitive during conversations without being aware of any negative outcomes. They have problems with nonverbal cues, eye contact. When they're having conversations, they have a hard time maintaining eye contact, facial expressions. They have a hard time using appropriate facial expressions during conversations. For example, they might have a flat affect or a serious look on their face when you're telling a joke or talking about something serious. And at times they might have like a smile or an over-exaggerated look on their face when you're talking about something serious or sad. Body language. They have a hard time reading body language, and they have a difficult time exercising body language when they're communicating. People on the spectrum might come off as being too loud, and sometimes they might be too quiet, like my daughter is. They might speak in a flat monotone or different intonations. It just all depends. They also, at times, some of them can dominate conversations and just talk about things that they're interested in, not taking in consideration what the other person wants to talk about. Or they don't talk at all. They might enter conversations uninvited or leave before conversations is over. And they might come off as rude or awkward. And they also have a hard time recognizing sarcasm and jokes. All right. The second core area that people on the spectrum struggle with is restricted repetitive behaviors and interests. So under this area, you'll see repetitive movements. Some of the repetitive movements that people on that spectrum may exhibit: rocking, spinning, pacing back and forth, fidgeting with objects, humming, pulling and twirling hair, rearranging objects, flapping hands. All of these are like examples of repetitive movements that people may exhibit on the spectrum. They also have repetitive vocalizations. They might repeat scripts from movies, TV shows, or videos. They may say the same thing or phrases over and over again. They may also sing the same songs over and over again. Also under this area, you have intense special interests. People on the spectrum have very intense interests. It could be toys, objects, activities, themes, or topics. Sometimes they might be fixated on specific toys or dolls or bears that they insist on bringing with them everywhere. Objects, they might be into marbles, collecting marbles or collecting rocks. Activities, they may love art, they may love music, they may love and be fixated on skating, just certain activities that they're extra fixated on. Themes, like I told you all, they may love dinosaurs. And like I told you, my daughter was really into Frozen. That theme was something that she really loved. Specific topics. They might be able to state facts about, I don't know, all the presidents of the United States. They can tell you all about them, or all the states. They can tell you facts about each state and each president. People on the spectrum also exhibit rigid and inflexible behaviors and interests. Autistic people have a difficult time with change. They love sameness, they love routines, they love rituals. They also have a hard time transitioning from one activity to another. For example, they're so inflexible sometimes, like say you have a child that takes a certain route to school and you tell them to change that route and walk a different route. They're probably going to have problems with that because they're very inflexible and they hate change. And the last one is sensory issues. Autistic people may have sensory issues, sensitivities to certain sounds, smells, lights, textures. A lot of autistic people struggle in crowded, busy environments due to these sensory issues. And it could also be responsible for why a lot of people on the spectrum are very picky eaters because of the sensory sensitivities that they have to various foods. They may not like a food because of its color, because of its smell, because of its texture. So these are just some of the common things that you might see with children or individuals in general on the spectrum. So yes, I hope this video was helpful. And always remember, each individual autistic individual have their own unique autistic traits. So don't compare one autistic person to another. It shows up totally different in different individuals. There's a saying that they have in the autism community, and it is, if you've met one person with autism, you've only met one person with autism. So one size definitely does not fit all. And just continue to observe your kids, pay attention to the development, because early intervention is the key. So I put this together at the last minute today. I said I was going to be making some videos and I hadn't made one. So yes, I used some old school dry erase boards, some markers just to get my point across. And I hope that this helps somebody. And have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.